This is West African Voice Network.
Hello and welcome to Newswave on West African Voice Network. I am Fatima Ibrahim. We'll begin in Niger, where authorities debate transition timeline at national conference. Nigerian authorities on Tuesday held their National Refoundation Conference focusing on the country's political transition as subcommittees debated the issue without disclosing their conclusions. Salha Haladu, chair of the Economy Subcommittee, stated that the duration of the transition was a central topic in all working groups, alongside discussions on the charter that will guide governance 19 months after the military ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. The three subcommittees, Economy and Sustainable Development, Geopolitics and International Environment, and Justice and Human Rights, have incorporated their recommendations into reports that will be submitted to the National Commission for validation on Wednesday. The discussions align with a directive from General Abdurrahman Tiani, head of state and leader of the ruling National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, CNSP, who tasked conference participants with defining the transition's duration as a priority. Final conclusions will be announced after validation. We head now to Ghana as the country confirms 16 deaths as meningitis cases rise to over 120. Ghana's Ministry of Health has confirmed at least 16 deaths following a meningitis outbreak that has infected more than 120 people as of Sunday, February 16. Updating Parliament on Tuesday, Health Minister Kwabena Minta Ankando stated that the Upper West region remains the hardest hit, with 29 patients currently receiving treatment. The most affected districts include Wa Municipal, Nandoli, Wa West, Jirapa, and Nandam. Meningitis outbreaks are common in Ghana's northern regions due to the country's location within Africa's meningitis belt, stretching from Senegal to Ethiopia. The disease is most prevalent during the dry Harmattan season from October to March. Akando identified two main pathogens responsible for the outbreak, Listeria and Streptococcus pneumoniae. While vaccines exist for Listeria, they are ineffective against Streptococcus pneumoniae, the strain currently driving infections in the Upper West region. In response, the government has deployed a national team of health experts to assist regional and district health authorities. We remain in Ghana as President Mahama orders government appointees to declare assets by March 31st. Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama has directed all government appointees to declare their assets by March 31st or face removal from office. Speaking at Jubilee House on Tuesday after submitting his own asset declaration forms to the Auditor General, Mahama emphasized his administration's zero tolerance for non-compliance. He noted that many public officials may be unaware of their legal obligation to declare assets and urged the Auditor General to remind them of their responsibilities. Chief of Staff Julius Debra confirmed the March 31st deadline, stressing that appointees had been given sufficient time to comply. In Mali, the country inaugurates new military camp in Koutiala to bolster security. Mali's transitional authorities have inaugurated a new military camp in Koutiala in the country's central region as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen national security amid persistent threats from armed groups. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by Minister of Defense and Veterans, Army Corps General, alongside the Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, Major General, and other senior military, civil, religious, and customary leaders. Officials emphasized that the facility is a crucial step in enhancing defense operations in the region, allowing for a more strategic deployment of troops to counter growing security challenges. Regional security experts have noted that as Mali continues its transition, military expansion remains a top priority for authorities seeking to stabilize the country and combat insurgency. Into stories from across the sub-region, DR Congo 6 charts military support against M23 rebels. The Democratic Republic of Congo has formally requested military support from Chad to combat the M23 rebels, according to media reports on Wednesday. Didier Mazenga, a special envoy from Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi, traveled to Chad on Tuesday to meet with President Mohamed Idris Deby. During the meeting, Mazengi delivered a message from Tshisekedi seeking Chad's assistance assistance in the ongoing fight against the rebels who have continued advancing in eastern Congo. While the request has not been formally addressed, the Chadian officials stated that nothing is ruled out. Earlier this month, President Deby expressed Chad's support for Congo, emphasizing the need to uphold its sovereignty and territorial integrity. According to President Tshisekedi, the conflict, which has persisted for over 2 decades, has displaced more than 7 million people in the country. The M23 rebels captured Goma last month and have since advanced into Bukavu. And that's all on today's edition of Newswave on West African Voice Network. For more news from across the region and beyond, visit wavn.org, where you can stay connected with us on X, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at WAVN News, and on TikTok and YouTube at West African Voice Network. Many thanks for listening. My name is Fatima Ibrahim. Have a good evening.